owe an apology to a couple of you guys because this has been a long-awaited video that I have had multiple requests for, as you can see. Sorry. But it's happening. It's happening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I guess you didn't read the title. This video is my second tier of pedal boards for worship guitar within certain budget constraints. If you didn't see my first video, I'll put the little linky thingy up here. My last video was trying to put together a full worship guitar pedal board for around $250. I spent a little bit more than that because I wanted to utilize a pedal train. I opted for a little bit nicer patch cables, Velcroed everything together, you know, the whole spiel. But at the end of the day, if you got some cheaper patch cables, used a one spot to power all the pedals, put it on a piece of plywood, you could get away with around $250 for the whole kit and caboodle. This video is kind of like that next step. So I aimed for about double that, $500, $500 to $600 in that range. My goal was to have a lot more tonal variety and flexibility, as well as hopefully having the opportunity to have presets, maybe. This one was initially, when I first was trying to wrap my head around this concept and how I would do it, it kind of got more difficult. I thought it would be easier because I have more budget. But the reality is, no, I just made it much harder on myself because then I could afford to do a lot more. There's more variety of pedals within that price range. And, oh shoot, man, it got a little challenging. Anywho, I opted to build the pedal board that you now see on the screen. I have a Boss TU2 tuner. I have I think it's called Sonic Cake, Cloud Chorus, something like that. The Joyo Maximum, which is like a overdrive pedal with a additional boost. I've got the Alter Ego X4 by TC Electronics. The Flamma FS02 Reverb, the binary hot tone amp cab simulator, and then just an IMP2 direct box. When I built this board, my goal was to have preset delays, because once you kind of get into that next, caliper of pedal board, or you're in a new tier of pedals when it comes to affordability, I think having different delay presets is really important. Some people would prefer to have different presets of reverb, and to that I say that is really hard to do and find something that's quality enough where you can have different presets of reverb and still build an adequate board around that within this price range. I could be wrong, but I struggled to find things that would work. I'm more of a delay guy. I'd rather have different delays, and so this is my way of doing that. The really cool thing about this pedal board is that you can get a cheaper power supply with 5 outputs, and I know that I have more than 5 pedals here that need power, but the cool thing is the Boss TU2 does not take a lot of power, and it has a power out on the back. So you can put 2 pedals in the chain on just that one isolated channel for the power supply, if you know what I'm saying. So power supply to Boss TU2, out of the TU2 into the chorus. And I say the chorus because the chorus requires the least amount of power out of all these pedals. I would not encourage using a one spot for these because I know for sure the reverb takes 300 milliamps, which standard typical pedals take around 100. Yeah, they're all 9 volts, but even though they're all 9 volts, they have different amperage requirements. So you've got the Flamma reverb that takes more amps. You've got the Alter Ego that takes 300 milliamps. I think the binary hot tone amp also takes more than 100 milliamps. I don't remember off the top of my head how many, but you can see where that can become problematic with this pedal board if you're not careful. So I would encourage you to use a power supply kind of like the CS7, or the Voodoo Labs has their own power supply that's got 5 outs. So there's options out there. And as far as affordability goes, I'll put the total of everything right here. It wasn't a lot. I think I successfully stayed around $500. Maybe it was a little more, maybe a little less. First initial thoughts of this board, I'm blown away with the tones that I'm getting from the Alter Ego and from the Flamma. Those two pedals alone, I think, are extremely underrated. I got that Flamma pedal literally today, the day that I'm filming this. I bought it at Guitar Center used for $65, $65. Yeah, amazing pedal. The Alter Ego, I've actually had that pedal for a long time. Don't understand why I'm not utilizing it now. Because with my current pedal board, I have two delay pedals. I've got that Profit for the dotted eighth, and I've got the quarter note with the carbon copy. But this literally does both, and then I have another channel for an additional delay. I don't know why I'm not using this right now. Amazing pedal. TC Electronics, a lot of those older pedals like the Flashback, the Alter Ego, which the Flashback's the same thing as the Alter Ego, just digital delays. I just prefer analog delays, so that's why I have the Alter Ego. But there's also they have the Hall of Fame reverb, the Arena reverb, which I really wanted that pedal for this video, the Arena, but I could not find one that was going to get here in time for this video. And then when I found the Flamma, I was like, all right, yeah, forget it. I'm doing that. That Hot Tone Binary is also, in my opinion, an incredibly underrated pedal. By no means is it the best, amp cab sim pedal on the market, and by no means am I going to say that it's the easiest one in the world to work with, but I bought this one for $60. I wish they were still going for that. They're now going for about 120 on Reverb. So that's kind of a bummer. I guess a lot of people are starting to get into this pedal and they're realizing it's a great deal. Haven't not yet tried the Flamma pedals. They have a cab impulse response pedal. Haven't tried it yet. I do owe another video on top of this video to you guys for the Flamma pedals. I'll put it this way. This reverb blew my mind for what I got with the price point. Absolutely blew my mind. Upon playing around with this pedal, I then watched JHS Pedals, their channel. They have a video dedicated to this whole line of pedals. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is like a whole nother level of budget pedals. I'm unfortunately at a spot right now where I can't just dish out enough money to buy all these pedals and try them for you, but that's my next goal. I would love to get my hands on an entire line of these pedals and make a dedicated pedal board of only Flamma pedals and see how that goes. I'm really invested in these pedals and I'm really impressed, and I'm super excited to get my hands on some of them. In the meantime, since I don't have a video on that, in the description I'll have JHS videos, or JHS's video of those pedals. Highly encourage that you go check them out. Totally missed some things yesterday when I was recording. Biggest thing, there's some additional perks to this selection of pedals. This Flamma reverb has plenty of different settings, so if you don't want the cloud or the shimmer thing, I think they call it church mode. I never even read the manual. There's plate, there's hall, there's spring. There are 7 different kinds of reverbs. There's even an option to save a preset, so that's pretty cool. Secondly, the Alter Ego X4, and I believe the same goes for the Flashback, which is the exact same pedal, basically just digital delays instead of analog delays. Both of them, I believe, have a built-in looper, so you can loop yourself. You get to save 3 presets on each one, so I have like a short quarter note, a long quarter note, and then a dotted eighth. With the binary hot tone, you have the option of saving, I believe, up to 30 presets. So even if you have an overdrive like mine where there's an additional boost, if you still want additional gain stages, you can just switch between multiple patches on your amp sim and get another gain stage out of that. So that's exactly what I did. So I've got 3 different amp impulse responses, and each one has an additional patch with a little bit more gain. So if I want to stack, different gain stages, there's a lot more, versatility in that regard. Other than that, yeah, right back to the video. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of this video. I would love to see some comments down below of what you thought as far as the tone, whether or not you feel like it was an adequate sound and adequate quality for the price, whether or not you thought it fit well with the band. I'd love the feedback. I'd love any recommendations of other pedals that you might think would fit well with this build. Like I said earlier in this video, I'm just like blown away with Flamma, the FS02. Really cool pedal. And I'm delighted with this rig, and I almost don't even want to I almost don't want to take this board apart and go back to my old setup. I almost like this one just as much, maybe more. Really cool benefit with the Flamma is it's stereo in out. So I might modify this rig with my Strymon Iridium instead of the hot tone binary amp, and do stereo with the Alter Ego and the Flamma reverb into the Strymon and run that through a stereo DI. I would love to hear what that sounds like. This has been a really fun video. It was way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.